Nice broken T drill. Translucent. Richard's got to go get his camera. He just moved, changed places, and came right over here, and oh my goodness, he got a killer. I'm not going to touch it. He just started pitchforking right there. Oh, it looks so thin. It's got a needle tip. Got a needle tip.
It is.
Boy, you just made your day.
We got out here about 8 at 3:20 and found one.
Another one of them hard-earned ones, but it looks like it's going to be a nice payoff.
Look at that baby. I hope I didn't hit him on the other side anywhere. I sure didn't.
Where does he stand?
Look at that. Woo! You gotta love that.
Yeah. Look at the tip on that thing. Jeez.
That baby, he is a thin to win point. I'm gonna go clean him up.
Wild field, right below the Missouri River bluffs. There's another one. Dirt out there.
Richard's on fire.
I just actually pulled this up out of a hole. There's a fire rock, a little piece of fire rock right next to it.
Creek.
And I heard something crunch, and hopefully it was the fire rock and not the point.
It was the fire rock.
Oh,
you got just the
God,
tip, but
dang it.
man, that is a nice one.
What a freaking point.
Man, that is awesome. That's what I'm...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Look at all the fossils and
Cool.
stuff in there.
A little toothbrush will make it really shine.
Man, it will. It'll look excellent. Congratulations.
Apparently you've never found a grooved axe here?
Never found a grooved axe anywhere, ever.
Well, I haven't either, actually. We don't find those down south. But that's definitely what that is.
Oh my goodness, I've been on the hunt for that thing.
By God, they use the hell out of it and wore it out.
They did. It's pretty beat up, but look at the pole and everything. That is a really nice...
3/4 groove.
Yeah, it's a really nice pole.
Tim's got something large.
May not be anything, may just be a big old tool.
Oh, I don't know, man. That's awful work looking. Holy guacamole.
That's what it is, big old tool.
It's a fine one, though. It's almost
Big
like
old
a
hoe or
spade
something.
or
Yeah,
hoe,
spade or a
yeah.
hoe or something. Alright, pretty cool.
Nice.
Actual real rain falling out of the sky. That's something we haven't seen in forever. I hope we get days of it.
Anyway, at the Cucumber, it was a tough day. I moved over 200 square feet, and that was all I came up with. One little tip of a point that was pretty nice. Looks like it got too close to the fire. Blade tip, and what would have been a really nice drill if it was all there, but that was it. And Richard almost got skunked too, but he pulled one out towards the end of the day. Flipped out a nice one, as he usually will. And then when I left Richard's, bless him, he decided that I needed to take this with me. I wasn't arguing with him. Just a tiny bit from greatness. Still a hell of a nice artifact. Sedalia from the Cucumber. Very much appreciated, Richard. It was totally unnecessary. And boy, this one's got some nice grinding on it too. Come to find out, last couple of years that sedalias are ground on the stem a lot more often than we thought they were. It is a sedalia, it's not an agate basin or anything like that. You can tell from the flaking and the context it's found in, the other stuff it's found with. It's nothing paleo, just a sedalia with a ground base. Thanks again, Richard. And then I left there and went on up to Tim's and met his lovely wife Laura, and they were very gracious hosts. Tim and I went to the drive-in Monday and I just had a fantastic time. Found that point first, which is a pretty nice corner notch. It's got some kind of cool blue to it, even though it does have a little stack. Displays real well on that side. And then the next piece was the drill, which is a pretty cool drill too. It's got a strange ear going off. It probably used to have one over here that just got worked off. Kind of a fractured base, but the bit part is really nice. In between I found a couple broken pieces, broken base, and what was a pretty ugly drill. It's busted. Then I believe I found the axe then, which was a pretty exciting thing for me and Tim both. Neither one of us had ever found one. I've been hunting just about as long as Tim's been alive, and this is the first one I've ever found. We just don't get them down here in the southern part of the state. Of course, that's its good side. That's the flat part, 3/4 groove. Real nice pole end on it and groove, but it's got some pretty good damage on the bit. Shows that it was used real heavy, and we pretty much agreed that it used to be quite a bit longer, and they just resharpened and resharpened, finally to the point where he decided maybe there wasn't enough left to work it down again. It's so smooth where they polish it, and we figure it ends up getting that flare right there through the resharpening and use. But that was really cool. Tried to give it to Tim. He wouldn't take it. He's just that kind of guy. But that really made the whole trip for me probably. After that I found a really killer point too. Anytime you find one over 3 inches, that's a damn good day in itself. And this thing has just the coolest fossil inclusions. It's got a little crystal cavity in it there. It's got one little nick on the side. I'm not sure how that happened. Pretty doggone nice piece. And we got some other odds and ends. This was something quite interesting at one time, a lot bigger than it is now. This looks like a hafting area down here to me, just the shape of it. Like the tip was gone, like maybe it was a large Adena or another blade of some kind. Has kind of a beveled cutting edge right there. And where it was broke, it's not just broke, it was utilized afterwards. I don't know if you can tell how good this camera's focusing. That's not just from a break, there's extra flakes in there. They figured out something to use it for, maybe a spoke shave type deal. Piece of a Lancelot. This stone here, of course choppers and scrapers, that place is loaded with those. This is kind of an interesting abrading stone, very rough piece of sandstone. I saw somebody comment that they would like to know what some of these tools were used for. All I can do is give you my opinion, but from the narrowness and the sharpness on focus camera, dadgummit. From the sharpness and narrowness of that groove, my best guess is going to be that that was used for resharpening a needle, bone needle or bone awl. That would work really well to put a sharp tip back on one. That's what I think that was. And then anywhere I go, I usually like to at least bring home a small sampling of the material there, and there's some really cool material at the drive-in. A lot of pinks and oranges, and even better when the pink and orange is together. It'd be really neat to find a point. Great big one made out of something like that. We get quite a bit of that color down here too, but maybe not quite as much. That's a lot of heat treating going on there. This little one here is actually a micro tool. Tim found it, gave it to me, said he had plenty, but it has microflaking all the way down that edge. I kind of dig these utilized flake tools. Anyway, that's my cleanup. A couple days of digging up in central Missouri. I want to thank Tim and Laura and Richard and Kim again, and I hope we can do it again sometime. I'm sure we will. Tim, I haven't had time to do anything on that tool yet. I've just been 90 miles an hour since I got home. But really digging with you guys, man. Good luck on your next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.